Wait a minute, this isn't a GMV, this is a tutorial video. Every Doom Eternal player has a set of habits and things they do in response to certain situations. However, what separates the majority of players is their ability to adapt to the situations they face. An inexperienced player may panic if their plan fails, or if they run out of ammunition for their preferred weapon. This panic will cause them to get clumsy, trying their best to make the one plan succeed or die trying. An experienced player has overcome this and has developed alternatives to get the job done. This boils down to experience, and I don't mean dumping hundreds of hours into Doom Eternal. I mean experience with situations outside your comfort zone. We all have to be ready for the worst in Doom Eternal because anything can happen. No one encounter will ever play out the same exact way. As a result, we have to be ready for anything that comes. It's okay to have a weapon we all gravitate to, but we also need to learn to adapt without it. Run out of shotgun ammo? That's fine, we still got 6 other weapons and equipment we can still use. It's about becoming acquainted with the rest of your arsenal and expanding it, trying out new combos and figuring out new ways to take out the same enemy. Now, take all of these new methods you developed to deal with multiple enemies and situations, and this will lead into the Doom Dance. You can adapt on the fly and nothing will stop you now because you have prepared for every encounter. It's interchangeable. It doesn't matter what method you use because the demons will still die. The easiest way I can tell you to practice this is to play the same level or encounter over and over again. Actively go out of your way to try something you haven't. You may discover new and efficient ways of handling the same situation. However, I'm not going to leave you at that. I'll dive into a couple different scenarios and give you guys ideas for handling those encounters. So, as the Lord and Savior once said to the Slayer,
"Let me help you to see, Slayer."
I'll be taking apart the Doom Hunters for this first example. Ice Bomb combos are a very reliable and easy way to take care of Doom Hunters. Enemies that are frozen take additional damage and it keeps them in place so you don't have to aim. However, this isn't an option all the time. A Doom Hunter can show up when we're fresh out of Ice Bomb, so having to wait for another can be cumbersome. I want to show you that you don't need Ice Bombs at all to get the job done, and at the same time, show that you can still kill a Doom Hunter even if you're low on ammo for a specific weapon.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is fired.
So, I don't want you doing the ridiculous weapon switching like I was doing. Instead, I'd like to direct your attention to a few things I was doing with my encounter with the Doom Hunter. As you can see here, I'm attacking his sled directly instead of wasting away at his shield. It might seem difficult to land all of your shots at the sled, but that's what AoE is for. Notice how I make use of the remote dead and even the arbalest to get the splash damage on the sled. Even if you're close by without a shotgun, you can use the micro missiles to deal some serious damage to Doom Hunter's sled and destroy him.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing.
So, same thing as before, I'm making sure to use my splash damage. However, this time, I got the shotgun. The super shotgun is excellent at destroying the sled, especially if you get close. Sticky bombs are also a very reliable source of splash damage against the Doom Hunter, so be sure to use them if you're out of options. At the end, you can go in for a full auto finisher like I do here to get your shotgun shells back and keep on fighting.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing.
Have I mentioned how much I love the Destroyer Blade? Because I do. This thing's an absolute treat to use, and it feels like the perfect weapon for taking out a Doom Hunter. Also, considering you can deal direct damage to the sled, you could just precision bolt to deal some good damage, and if you have some gnarly aim, you could just PB ballista combo that sled to death, just like I'm doing right here, except with actual effort. All of these methods are discounting the Blood Punch and the grenades. Think of how fast you can melt a Doom Hunter with the amount of damage Blood Punches and grenades deal on top of the falters they provide. Stack these falters together, and you have a recipe for success. So how does this go back into my main point about breaking your habits? Well, as stated earlier, my go-to method for dealing with Doom Hunters is Ice Bomb, Blood Punch, Super Shotgun, and everything else is based on whatever ammo I have. This reliably kills Doom Hunters for me, and I have no problems with it. However, I've encountered many scenarios where I'm out of shotgun ammo or don't have a Blood Punch available, so there goes the majority of my plan. I used to panic when this happened, but I developed alternatives to get the job done. That's the point I want to get across, for you to get out of your comfort zone. You can't be a one-trick pony that deals with the same situation one way. You need to adapt, and when you do, you become a better player because you've gained experience with something you were uncomfortable with. The end goal being that you shouldn't ever stop fighting. You have an entire arsenal, so use it. I hope with these examples that I provided, I've helped you be a bit more open-minded about your options and realize that anything in your arsenal can get the job done. Hopefully, you Slayers check out my tutorials and learn something from it. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Rip and tear, false idols.